Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Hey, welcome back to our 2 cents. We're doing it again here at Raxo Studios with your host, Oscar. Thank you for all your support. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to you, and it means the world to me. It means I can keep going. Like I always say, I need to change my beginning. I need to change the way I introduce this to you, the viewer, I guess. But thank you for the 10,000 views. Can't even talk. But thank you for the 10,000 views. We finally broke the record. That's what I wanted. 10,000. Obviously, it's what I wanted, and nobody else told me that I should be getting that. But that was my goal. If that's not good enough for you, I'm not going to say that because you're not supposed to cuss the first 5 minutes of YouTube, because if you cuss, I guess they get upset at you for saying adult words that people get offended by. I mean, what kind of a world do we live in nowadays that everybody is offended by everything that they can fucking come across? For example, news. This came out in January. Apparently, I don't know where in one of those God country states. I don't know what the state is, but apparently there is a lady that has 17 kids. 17 kids. And in her own words, and I quote, somebody needs to take care of their needs so that their needs are met every single month. Then they have a place to live, food to eat, without fucking having to worry about where the meals are coming from. And that's the world we live in today, where people think, I guess, no, it's not today. This has been for fucking over time. There's less people doing it today. So that's why I guess I'm here saying that that's the world we live in. But no, it's not the world we live in. It's the world we've been living on. We just don't see it as much today. If we go back, at least in my generation, our great-grandparents, a lot of them had how many fucking kids? Anything over 8. Let me back up. Anything under 8 was not accepted. You were supposed to have all the children that God gave you. That was the fucking narrative. Have all the fucking kids that God's supposed to give you. Really? That's what we're going to do? Have all the fucking kids that we're giving? Her answer to that was, well, kids are God's gift to us. And that's why we have 17 kids. I'm paraphrasing. Don't fucking quote me on it. Don't ever quote me on anything that I said. Or I say. Or will I say. Or I will say. Don't quote me at all. Just fucking take it for what it's worth. All I'm saying is, in the world that we live today, with the information that we have at our fingertips, and I say fingertips because that's what you use to scroll through your fucking phone like I do every single day, finding the funniest videos I can come across so I can share them on my Instagram, because sharing them on TikTok is not enough exposure for our 2 cents. I said it. You know what I thought about this? I know I have 10,000 views. I know, which is wonderful. It's great. I'm amazed by it. And I guess what I'm saying is, I wonder if anybody will notice if I'm recording anything and I stop talking now. and just leave fucking 30 more minutes of nothing. I wonder. We'll probably do it right here. It's gone. Anyways. Anyway, no, but that's not what the fuck was I saying? Wait a minute. I forgot my train of thought. I was talking about the lady having 17 kids that God gave her, God's gift. It's not God's gift if you have kids. It's not. That is a product of you being horny. That is a product of you wanting to give in to your bodily desires. You sinners. All of you are sinners. Everybody sins according to the narrative of the Bible. Everybody is a sinner. You were born out of a sin. But is it a sin if two people love each other? Is it a sin? It's not a sin. Did I say sin? But I meant sin. Anyways, that's what I meant. That's what came across my feed, and that's the only one that I can't recall right now because I got so annoyed by that stupid lady trying to hold the world accountable because she has 17 kids and she wants somebody to take care of her 17 goddamn kids. What do we call that? That, ladies and gentlemen, we call success as a country as a whole. It's called success. Why? Because we are allowed to claim that the government is supposed to help us. We are publicly allowed to go on national networks and say the government should be taking care of me and my 17 kids because God gave me 17 kids and I need somebody to take care of them. Yes, my 17 kids need to be taken care of. What in the fuck? 17 kids. My rabbits don't even have 17 kids. Litter. Bunnies. That's what I meant, bunnies. They have 8 at a time. What the hell is wrong with people? Do you not have this information at your fingertips? Now, it's funny to call somebody out and say, well, you didn't have any TV to be watching instead of fucking? Well, hey, you can fuck with the TV on, so either way, that doesn't work. Having a TV on is not going to prevent you from having kids, because you can fuck while the TV's on. There, I said it. It took me a second to find the fucking, but I got it. We got it anyways. That is pretty crazy to have the balls to go out and fucking national television and say, well, somebody's got to take care of them. Well, no shit, Sherlock. But you know what? This is what's crazy to me. This lady went viral, I guess. I don't know where. This was early 2000. My guess would be TikTok, right? What fuck? That's been the last couple of years where anything viral has been on TikTok. But anyways, so this is what I find crazy. Out of all the stories that we all hear about people having their kids taken away by CPS unfairly, unjustly, and kids get lost in the system, blah, 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 all that. That's a different story. But what I'm saying is, how is CPS not involved in that? I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying CPS should take away all kids. But I'm just saying, this lady does not need to be having 17 goddamn kids. That's way too much. That's a big family. Like, think about the education level that every single kid gets. Not only that, but think about where you're going to fucking put him to sleep. Now, when I guess social media came across this lady, wish you could say it that way, but it was the news, I guess, that came across this lady. But when social media came across this lady, apparently she only had 15 kids. And that was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, I want to say. I might be wrong with that information, but it doesn't matter because the point is that she had 15 kids, and afterwards they came across her again. She had 2 more fucking kids. She still had not learned how to fucking shut her twats so she's not fucking being impregnated. Or, come on, man. Put a fucking rubber on your fucking cock. Really? Really? There's condoms that are just about, get involved. Find the different brands. Find the ones you like. Hey, man, I like fucking just as much as the next dude or dudette or, I don't know, these days, I guess. But I do, and I only have 2 kids. Either I would snip or wrap it up, buddy. What the hell? What is going on? What kind of a party is that? People need to be held accountable for their actions. And this lady doesn't want to be held accountable for her actions. Why? Because we live in goddamn America, and you are entitled to ask for such a thing. People don't realize that. I guess you have to be a foreigner or have came from a different part of the world or have came from an oppressive state or I don't know what the fuck else I'm trying to say, but people don't understand what the fuck, how good we have it here. Period. And now back to our regular program. Anyways, but it is crazy to me to have the balls. But see, this is why I don't do nothing, because I don't have the balls to go out there and say, well, somebody's got to take care of my kids. Somebody's got to do it because I can't do it. That's too much money out of my pocket, and I can't afford fucking rent. Well, if you stop fucking having 17 kids, you probably could. You know what's crazy? Every time I start talking shit about something happens in my life. So I should just shut the fuck up before something else fucking happens in my life. Because I was talking about shit about all this banks and all this shit and poor people complaining about not having anything and all this fucking people just complaining about life itself, right? I mean, are we so entitled that we can complain about ourselves? But that's not what I was saying. I was making fun of them. And then I got super busy because I had to get busy because I couldn't get busy. So I had to do something. And then I put the fucking podcast aside. And I have a recording that I have to upload. And I should have fucking opened up with this. But I apologize to my friend, the one that I recorded about a week ago with him. Probably more than a week, 2 weeks. I recorded 2 weeks ago and I never went through with it. So I really, really honestly do apologize to my new friend. But that episode is going to go up soon this week because I've been so busy. God damn it. I've just been so busy. And the only time that I get is just like, I have to spend it doing it with my kids and doing something with my kids and my wife. I have to. It's just how the cookie crumbles in this part of the country, I guess. Anyways. But it is. But I should have opened up with that, and I do apologize for that. But, yeah. Yeah, so it is crazy. And apparently we were deep into the war like a couple months ago, back in like February, January, right? We were just talking all about the fucking war. Oh, this and that, it's blowing up. Well, guess what? We got news. Breaking fucking news that nobody wants to hear, apparently, right? Anyways, so apparently Biden, it is after saying, mark my words, if we give them the F-16s, that's going to be declaring of war, of World War III, mark my words. 3 hours later, he decided that it is in the nation's best interest to send them to war. So they are sending F-16s and they are training the Ukrainian army for using those F-16s. To use those F-16s, not for using, but to use them. And apparently that's bad news for all of us because Belarus, they have tactical nuclear weapons and they are going to use them because the line has been stepped on and spat on and they said, fuck you, we're going to do what we want to do. Which brings me to my next point. I really don't give a fuck because there's obviously nothing we can do about it. I gave a fuck. I still do give a fuck. When I say I don't give a fuck, it's like me saying Well, what do you want me to do? I can't do nothing about it now. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than anybody that I know. It's bigger. Even voting, even people that vote wouldn't even have a fucking chance to. What's the expression I'm looking for? Wouldn't even have a chance to express their dislike with the events, with the chain of events, I guess, right? It wouldn't even matter. So when all these people come out on fucking social media saying, oh, we need to do something about the state of the world. Oh, yeah, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. I just hate this thing. It's just like, it just feels like we're at the end of the fucking world ends, I guess. But then if I'm worried about that, I think about what do you think people during World War II were feeling? Don't you think they were feeling the same way you're feeling right now? More than likely, it's true that they were feeling exactly the same way I'm feeling right now. But again, it's just like I make on every single one of my comments that I make, my stupid comments, right? Every single one of them is, well, whatever they decide to do, I still have to go to work tomorrow. But nobody seems to understand that. I mean, if the banks collapse, well, I still got to go to work tomorrow. If a tsunami hits, well, I still got to go to work tomorrow. If a volcano erupts, guess what? You're right. I still have to go to work tomorrow. If the banks collapse and there's no more money to go around, guess what? You guessed it right. I still have to go to work tomorrow. So in the whole fucking scheme of things, it does not matter what you say or what you complain about. Just shut the fuck up because you still got to go to work tomorrow. And that's a good thing, to have the chance that you still can go to work tomorrow. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing, as a matter of fact. Think about it. If you die, you're not going to be able to go to work tomorrow, so it doesn't even matter. But if you don't die, the beauty of it is you have to go to work tomorrow. So let that sink in. Let that, what's the word I'm looking for? Thaw out for a minute. I don't even know if that's the right expression. Let that sink in, though. Let it be known that you still have to go to work tomorrow. And it doesn't matter if they say, well, what if the banks collapse and then there's no money to go around? What did I just say? You still got to go to work tomorrow. Whether it's the job that you're doing today or it's a different job that you got to do at the time so you sustain yourself in the harsh times, you still got to go to work. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. People don't like to hear that. People don't like to hear that. This is a game that we are not going to win. This is a game that nobody comes out alive. Think about it. Everybody dies. We just don't want to die at the hands of, or at the decisions, I should say, of politicians that have promised us to lead us into the right direction, I guess, right? What the fuck is the right direction? That's what's crazy to me. These people are supposed to be leading us in the right direction where everything is supposed to be soothing, smooth sailing, I should say. Smooth sailing for the general public. But I guess they believe we have too much. And you know what? It might be right. Things might be a little too good. When people start saying things like, I got to bring my support dog somewhere because I can't be over there with my support dog. What the fuck? The dog doesn't even want to be there with you. Your dog wants to be over there at his house fucking playing. That's what they're fucking want to do. But you know what I heard about dogs? Speaking of dogs, having pets. Having pets has become such a sign of wealth. Because think about it. Food is fucking expensive. God damn it. Dog food is like fucking the cheapest, I guess. If you're a cheap ass and you get your dog the cheap food, you get like fucking 35, 40 bucks for a fucking 50-pound bag, 30, 40-pound bag, right? Something along those lines. And if you want to give your dog the best, well, I guess you're willing to pay up to like 60 to 80 fucking dollars for dog food. So it is pretty pricey, but again, it is a luxury that my furry friends can have in my house. They are not fucking support animals. They don't support well. I will say they do make me feel good. But they are not supporting me in any fucking shape, way, or form. Shape, way, or form. Form, shape, way. I don't know, but you get it. That's what I'm trying to say. So, having said that, I love my pet more than the next person does. I do. But if I'm being fucking 100% honest with you, which is what we talk about here, honesty and only honesty and the truth, but nothing but the truth. That's all we talk about here. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought because I jumped into something else. But anyways, I don't like people who bring support animals anywhere. Unless you're taking your dog for a walk. And if you're taking your dog for a walk on a fucking hot ass asphalt or concrete, you're a piece of shit. Keep your dog at home where he can fucking roam around in the shade or the grass. Unless you live in the beach. Well, then right there you're exempt because it is known that the beach is a lot more cooler than any other area. As far as valleys, deserts, whatever, you name it. Any beach area is cooler than that. You're fine. But even then, the sand gets really a little too hot, so you might want to be careful taking your dog there during the hot weather, you know. But it is true. How did we get here? I don't know. I was talking about dogs. Emotional support animals. I don't understand that. There's a lot of things I don't understand that I question. Am I normal? Did I grow up in a different fucking time? Or, because I see, people complain about shit, and sometimes that shit doesn't even need to be complained about. Because again, what did I say earlier? You still got to go to work tomorrow, and nobody gives a fuck about what you're complaining about. Just like, nobody's going to fucking listen to this part of me saying, fuck emotional support dogs. Why? Because no. Okay. Not the dog. Fuck your idea of you having an emotional support dog. Come on, you can't live this fucking life without a fucking support. Is life so hard for you that you had to walk 1,000 miles to get drinking water? Is life so hard for you that you had to walk 30 feet to the refrigerator to get your food, fatty? Huh? Yes, it's hard for me to get to the refrigerator to get food. When I'm hungry, though. When I'm hungry. You know what? And I talk a lot of shit about people, right? But I think people need to learn to eat. And when I say people, I include myself, right? I didn't realize, but I've been doing it like this, but I didn't realize what I'm doing. So everybody knows Nico Avocado, that fatty, right? Hey, fatty. Put the wings down and get it together. You used to look like a normal human being. Now you look like that guy ate you. And, I mean, it's not good. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, he has this problem and he has that problem. No. I'm glad you found the way to make a shit ton of money. Good for you. You did it. Great job. You did that. What I'm not happy about is the decisions of you keep on keeping on being such a voluptuous person when you know the route you were heading. And people call it depression. I mean, I just call it you not getting your shit together. That's not depression. That's just you being lazy and conforming to your laziness. And I'm sorry if you're going through a tough time where you feel bad for yourself. Guess what? We've all been through that fucking route. And I've talked about it over here. I've been there. And you just got to pull yourself out of it. Working out, running, do something that's going to be beneficial. That's going to give you benefits for your life. I don't even know what the fuck right benefit I was supposed to be using there. Past tense, present tense, or whatever the word is, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I've complained enough, I guess. But it is fun to know that I can come here and let you all know that I'm still here. And thank you all for the 60 subscribers. We're going and keep on going, I guess. Because, this week I was like, because I got busy last week. So last 2 weeks, I should say. And I didn't have time. All my scheduling I did, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to push the ones that haven't confirmed with me. And I'm just going to fucking let it go because, I've done already a lot of disservice. I probably already lost credibility with all the people that I fucking podcast with. Probably already have. And I'm wondering, every time I do a podcast, am I supposed to be having people sign shit or what the fuck? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we get sued for whatever the fuck we get sued in the future, I guess. Anyways, this was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this. I do. I need to do this more often. I need to do this at least twice a week. If the time allows for us to come this route. But if it doesn't, I guess we'll just keep it at Mondays. But I got to go back and upload that conversation that I had. I had so much fun with that guy, DK Shoots, I guess, from Instagram. Thank you again for having that conversation with me. And I do apologize. I greatly, greatly do apologize for lying to you and telling you that the episode was going to be ready in a certain time. And it wasn't. And it's nothing at fault but my own fault. So, yeah. That being said, I had a wonderful and amazing time with our two Senians having this conversation with you all. Thank you very much for your support. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Deuces.